Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Untapped Podcast. My name is Jacob Gabel.
And my name is Jacob Wurtz. Guys, welcome to episode 210 of the Untapped Podcast. If this is your first time joining us, first of all, thank you. We are thrilled to have you here with us. We actually have 5 million formats of our show. First, we have 42 episodes where we cover the mental side of our brand. In those ones, we go over our anecdotal experiences with things like mindset and mentality. We then pass on tips and advice to you guys to then apply to your own lives. Next, we have physical vitality episodes. Now, these ones, we cover the physical side of our brand. We really get to showcase our expertise because you have 2 certified personal trainers here. So in these ones, we cover everything that we offer through our Untapped training, which is powered by the First Form Performance platform. In addition to that, we cover everything to do with fitness, the gym, nutrition, supplements, and then at times, we will take trending articles or topics within the fitness industry and give our thoughts and opinions on those. Guys, these, again, this is our bread and butter. These episodes are full of free game, so make sure you pay attention.
Love it, dude. Excited to get into another one of those. On to our third format, guys. That is our breaking news format. It is a current event-based format. A lot of the content you see around current events is very doom and gloom. We offer the solution-based side to those current events. Now, we have our fourth format. That is our Knights Table format. It is a masculinity-based format. Masculinity is a huge deal to us here at Untapped. We host men's workouts twice a month here in St. Louis, Missouri for that reason. Now, keep in mind, myself, Wurtz, our producer, Mitch, we are not coming to you as perfect men. We will never achieve that goal. The only perfect man to ever walk this earth is Jesus Christ. Now, on to our fifth format. This is our last format. It's our guest format. We have entrepreneurs, fitness professionals, athletes, doctors, anybody with a great story or somebody who brings you value. We love those episodes because we learn a lot from them. You, in turn, will also learn a lot from those episodes. Episode 209, our last episode with Mr. Ian Hutchinson. If you have not listened to that, highly recommend it. It's a great episode. Now, final thing to introduce before the fact of the day and the main content of the episode is my brother, our producer, Mitch Gabel.
What's up? What's up, dude?
Nothing.
How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
What's the word?
It's not hot anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought we were going to be blown away last night.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was over for sure.
Seriously?
Sounded like gunshots and and just
it was
full blown.
Crazy the storm we had.
I was like, well, there goes our roof. I thought maybe I was going to be sleeping in the rain last night.
Dude, I know. It was crazy. Mitch, what do you got for us? Fact of the day.
You want to know?
I would like to know.
Are you guys sure?
I'm
You wanna know?
70% sure.
Somewhat unsure. I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to be a fact from earlier today.
We're skeptical.
I was told that my facts of the day were being reused by people at work, actually, at your guys' most recent men's workout.
Oh, Mr. Smar. Mr. T. Smar, Mr. Chakota.
Interesting.
Yes, he did say something about that to Mitchell. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to start traradmarking them.
He's plagiaring us.
Yeah, correct.
Interesting.
You cannot use this fact, Mr. Mitchell Gabel.
I'm definitely not plagiarizing them off of a
No.
Off the
This
internet
is
at all.
all your knowledge.
Correct, yes.
It's all fresh facts from Mitchell. He researched
right.
himself.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Did you know potatoes were the first vegetable to be grown in space?
I might have actually known that. I feel like that's something you get taught in school.
I can't claim I knew that just because I don't remember. We might have gotten taught it in school, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't claim I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be another fact then from ex Mitchell.
No. Just a good quality fact right there.
No,
You ever watch the movie Martian? He grew potatoes there.
oh,
Huh.
Do you think that's fact?
was that what's his name?
Yeah. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah, yeah. Good movie, by the way.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Actually, very underrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weirdly enough,
Mhm.
honestly. But yeah, that's very interesting fact. But
You're welcome.
Random.
Yeah.
Good.
Dakota, you can use that.
I like the 350-mile one better.
The what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
That was cooler.
For sure.
The 80-hour one, yeah, that was sick.
Yes.
That was sick.
They do those races. I saw someone do that where it's basically a last till you drop. And it sounded like hell on earth. Basically, you run this lap over and over and over and over again. So what my understanding of it is that you get an hour to run this lap. And basically whatever time you finish, it starts like at the next hour. So for example, you finish the lap in 50 minutes, you have 10 minutes until you have to run another lap.
Oh, so it's on the hour.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it just keeps going and going and going until there's one person left. And I think that was one of those ones is where you just keep running. There's no like
No, like finish line.
Yeah, there's no finish.
Yeah.
You keep running until you're the last one.
Is this the Backyard Ultra thing?
It might be called
Was
that,
it Nick
yeah.
Bear that you saw this from?
Maybe, I don't
No.
know. I
Isn't
don't
that
think it-
backwater? Isn't that what's
No,
called?
because Nick Bear hosted a backyard one. Then my client Kyle, who's the ultra marathoner, he was talking about that, and apparently
Gotcha.
it's what he was talking about with Nick Bear. I don't know if this is the same one, Mitchell, but it's same concept. It sounds like where it's like a 4-mile loop in his on his ranch, basically in Texas.
Wow.
They run this loop, and like Mitchell said, it's every hour on the hour. So you finish in 48 minutes at a 12-mile pace, then you get 12 minutes of rest,
Yeah.
and then boom, you just keep going until you die.
Dude.
Yeah.
You die.
Until you pass away. Yeah, they can't revive you anymore. But yeah, Trude Haynes did one of basically drop till you die. It was not a backyard one, but Trude Haynes did one, and he ran I think like 120 straight miles or something like that or whatever. And then finally he lost the race somehow doing
What a
that.
loser.
Yeah, he lost by running 120 miles. So wow, what a bad loss to take.
That dude's nuts.
Yeah,
Dude's nuts.
but I don't know who the winner was. Probably some dude who ran like 210 or something like that, or something
Right.
ridiculous or whatever.
Right.
Just freaks. Those guys are.
That's crazy. All right. Well, we got another physical vitality. This one is kind of combining, different things we've talked about all through the years throughout these types of episodes, But does training style matter? Does it matter?
Is the answer black and white?
Mm.
Like usual? No, it's not.
Yeah, right.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Lo and behold, guys. We
Surprise.
actually offer context to our topics here.
Surprise! We're gonna stay on the fence for this one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, literally though. But the thing is, dude, let's even address this right off the bat.
Yeah.
Everybody that's an influencer nowadays has a training style they really like to tout and say it's the absolute best.
Sure.
Some people say bodybuilding is the absolute best. Some people say power building is the best. Some people say powerlifting is the best. Some
Yeah.
people say hybrid athlete
Hybrid.
training is the best. Yeah, and I could list however many other training styles there are at this point in time, functional, athlete, etc. Most of the time, the ones who say their way is the best are just trying to sell you something.
100%.
Oftentimes.
100%.
Now, there are some people that just genuinely have like a cult belief in what they think. You know what I mean? And then they just ignore other viewpoints along with that too, which is problematic.
I would say a lot of power lifters are kind of in that mindset.
They can be, for sure.
Because it's not very often you see those guys change styles. Some do. John Heck would be an example of that. He's done bodybuilding. He's done powerlifting.
Strongman too.
Strongman as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I will say the strongman guys, they are very willing to change and like look at other ways too.
Yeah.
I do respect that community a lot. They seem like a very smart group of just big ass dudes.
They're almost people with the personality of bodybuilders, but the strength of powerlifters.
Yeah.
And then in a different sport.
Yeah, right.
Because at least for me, most of the actual bodybuilders that I've encountered, which through the years has been a ton, most of them are really cool dudes. Like really cool dudes.
Sure.
Very helpful. They're jacked. They're fun to be around. Like they're not annoying, at least the ones I've encountered.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Powerlifters are very in their ways and they're a little bit weird. And I'm not necessarily hating on them. They're just a little bit odd.
It's honest. Yeah.
They also take 3 hours on one lift. And we have literally seen that. Now, they don't all do that, but a lot of them.
See, it seems like a high percentage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to mix
And
in some curls,
they
maybe?
would come back and probably say that's optimal. If they want to replenish between sets properly and whatnot, and great. That's what
sure
you're doing.
It takes 12 minutes to replenish, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I always compare to guys like Tom Havlin, which he's a complete freak of nature.
Yeah, right.
Standout example to use.
Sure.
Yes, I understand. I'm using a way big standout example, but I highly doubt he takes 12 minutes between sets. Someone just tells me, just off of his training videos you see. I highly doubt he's doing that. And he's one of the strongest human beings alive, just in general.
Yeah. And he zerchers all of it.
Yeah. Every single weight in the gym you could possibly access, he zerchers.
He zerchers bench press. Yeah.
That's So you just come up with a new movement there?
Yes.
Zercher bench press?
Yep. Trademark.
Okay. Well, we might not want to take credit. You can take credit for that one. put it under Jaws Media.
Right.
Don't put it under Untapped because I don't want credit for that at all whatsoever. But anyways, yeah. So making good points there because it's true. There is definitely uniquenesses to each of the communities that you deal with. Endurance community has different styles to it as well.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, some of them can be averse to strength training sometimes as well, which we would obviously say, and I think anybody knowledgeable would also say you shouldn't be averse to strength training if you're doing endurance work. But the answer is like you can go a middle ground to this. You don't have to go a yes or no to this answer. If somebody likes training with kettlebells, again, by all means, just do not claim that kettlebells are the only way to train.
Yeah.
That is the difference here that we're looking for. So would we all argue probably that a barbell RDL is an extremely effective exercise, but could it also be something that is a nuanced conversation that some people just don't respond well to barbell RDLs too? There could be. So you could break all these training styles down. And that's why we're saying, to a certain extent here, yes, training styles matter. Yes, it's important to train heavy, but you don't necessarily just have to only train with barbells and that's it. Like that doesn't have to be all your program. You don't even have to necessarily have that in your program to get results. Sure. So there's so much jumping around we could do here to where it's if you were to do mainly dumbbells and machines, you could get a lot of results doing 100%. That way. If you were to do machines, you probably could get a lot of results that way. You might be missing some components and whatnot, which we would argue you would be missing components there. But again, that's the nuance that comes into play here. Right. So what we're really encouraging is if you really like a style of training, great. That's awesome. We love that. But do not turn this on my style of training is the only way to do this.
Exactly.
Because there's a high chance it's not.
Right. And
pretty much a guaranteed chance it's not the only way to do this.
Well, and what I'm about to say is going to be of no surprise to anyone, but it's also very goal dependent. If you want to, let's not even say you're going to do a show, but if you want to have the aesthetics of a bodybuilder, training with dumbbells and machines probably is the best way to go, And that's not to say that barbell training cannot get you to that, because it certainly will. But if you want to isolate all the different muscle groups by using machines and dumbbells and things like that, by all means, do it. And again, you will probably start to look that way. You will get the aesthetics that come with that.
And this is why you see bodybuilders who are machine-only guys, and they do really well. And then you see bodybuilders who are like Tom Platz or Ronnie Coleman, who use the barbell like it was their damn job, which it was their job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they do 20 sets of 20 reps.
Monstrous.
Exactly.
Doing that. So, goal dependent, they still followed it regardless of barbell or machine training.
Yeah. C-Bum uses both. You see him using both.
He does.
And I think in the modern era of bodybuilding, you see more guys that use both.
Yeah.
Von Walker. He's a big guy on social media.
Vaughn, like Vaughn.
Yeah. He's with Young LA.
Yeah, he's sick. He is sick.
Very
content.
cool dude. Yeah, I really enjoy his content. He's big in the bodybuilding community. Looks fantastic. He does both. Brad Martin. He uses both. Really, I guess it should be all three: barbells, dumbbells, machines.
I mean, Brad uses even more than that too. I mean, he's still an athlete too. At the
exactly.
same time,
and that was gonna be the next sentence out of my mouth.
Yeah. And then you see C-Bum doing vertical jumps, and the dude's vert's like over 30 inches.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, that's why the conversation's impossible to be like, oh yeah, this is my only style of training that works. You should train with machines because of the stability, and that's it. Exactly. It's like, dude, okay, can we be real here? Yeah. Can we look each other in the eye and you get off your program selling mode right now?
Exactly.
I get it, bro. Like, you have a machine-based program on Train Heroic that's $35 a month. Nice.
Exactly.
Cool, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
What about barbells?
Yeah. What about if someone doesn't like using machines?
What happens if somebody does a vertical jump? Will they lose all their muscle? Will the broad jump completely deteriorate all their muscle?
It loses. It's all gone. Yep. See ya.
It's an insane conversation too. Now, granted, are the people doing fascia flows and waving their arms in the air? Mitchell actually brought this up at our men's workout on Saturday.
Hey Mitch, go ahead and give us a look.
Yes.
Yep. You got another one? No,
nothing else.
That one. Okay.
There's more.
Is that the Patty Bimblett?
That's basically what they are doing in these videos. We would argue don't ever do anything like that. I'll just say that right now.
Yeah.
Just don't do that.
Right.
Because you look like a hippie that's completely retarded. I'm not even gonna put that nicely.
You look like those women that go to anger retreats or whatever it is,
and they'll pay $4,000 for it. Just
and they
smash stuff
sticks
against trees in the ground and stuff like that.
Literally though, and they scream. That's all they do
because they just hate their husbands or something like that.
Right. It's like, oh my gosh,
you shouldn't marry a shit-lived husband. That probably would have helped you a lot too.
Right.
It would have helped a lot. But I mean, there are definitely styles. Don't get me wrong. There's the functional pattern stuff that's overall complete bullshit from what I've seen. I think there's some stuff that's okay and it's normal training.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. They're easy to hate on. The rest of the industry does too. For good reason too.
Yes.
Deserved reasons. So that's the point. Take your style training. It likely can do a lot of good work.
Yeah.
As we're going to get into and why it can do a lot of good work.
Mm-hmm.
And stop claiming it's the best and just recognize if somebody wants to do Zercher squats instead of back squats, stop talking about how optimal back squats are compared to Zerchers.
Yeah. Yeah.
No shit, you can load them more. Yes.
Crazy.
Unless you're a trainer that's in his first 3 months of training, you don't know that. Yeah. But like the rest of us that have brain cells understand that.
Exactly.
Yes, you can load a back squat more. Zercher squats are also fucking cool.
Right.
Like, sorry.
Right.
They're also sick looking.
Yeah.
They're also super badass.
Right.
Oh, okay. Like, great. They're not, sports specific for BJJ or whatever. Yeah. Like, okay. No duh. Like,
but they could be argued that they could be.
Sure. And that's the thing is like, and also again, like, come on, dude. Like, if all the strongest dudes you see are doing Zercher squats as well,
Right.
like it's obviously has some benefit to it.
Right.
And we're not saying it's the absolute most beneficial thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's also just looks really cool.
Exactly.
Like if you can Zercher squat a ton of weight, like that's sick.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it's a great challenge
It is.
as well. And like that's what it comes down to. It's like, are you really going to hate on someone putting themselves through a challenge, through something hard? Like, do you know how ridiculous you sound?
Right.
You just sound stupid. That's all it comes down to. And
Next thing you know, Zercher squats are going to get labeled as like a right wing movement or something like that. It's like, hell yeah.
sweet.
True though.
Thanks.
It's actually a far right movement.
Yeah, right. And it's funny, like what this whole conversation comes down to is basically if you are not a coach or a trainer, but you are someone maybe looking for training, you're looking for a program to follow, whatever. If you see someone advertising in this way, like this is the only way to train, my way is the way, this style of training is the only way, blah, blah, blah. What we're saying is to stay away from those people.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Because if your coach doesn't have the capabilities to train you in the ways that you want to train for the goals that you have, that's the wrong coach. It's the wrong coach, and that's kind of what this comes down to is it's more of like almost like a warning signal. Like, hey, if you see this, go a different direction with your training.
Well, I mean, it's as simple as like, let's say somebody's like, you need to be training kettlebells and fascia flows and that's it. And then you go to their bio and the links in bio are all programs related to fascia flows and kettlebells.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, like they're selling it at that point in time.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I appreciate somebody who stands on their ground and really wants to appreciate their style of training and does that. If that's the type of clients you only want to work with, fine. That's really what you want to do. But again, I mean, if you're somebody who wants a nuanced coach who understands multiple different methods and understands there's different ways to get to a goal, then you should probably look for coaches that are vocal about that as well. So
exactly. Yeah. No, 100%.
Anyways, so as we were saying, the reason we were kind of leading toward all of this as well is why we were saying there is nuance to this. Because if you enjoy a certain form of training and you can progress it and you get better week by week, by month, by year, and you're just year after year, you're getting better doing this training.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's going heavier on your kettlebell swings or your different kettlebell flows you're doing, or whether that's going heavier on your barbell movements. Maybe that's going heavier on your machines. All of a sudden, you're maxing out machines. You need to look for more advanced ones and whatnot.
Right.
Sick, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a sandbag guy, and we would include us in that group as well. Not fully compared to some of the guys as well.
But we have the capability.
There are some days I'd like to train sandbags just every day, truthfully. But
especially on like angry days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the days like I'll pick up the bag, I'll just smash it on the ground. Like, fuck you. Like, suck it, bag. Like that. And the bag's just sitting there looking at me like, dude, what the hell? What did I do?
I'm just 200 pounds, bro.
Yeah. What's your problem, bro? Stop this right now. But it's like, I mean, sandbag training, if you progress that, again, week after week, month after month, year after year, and you're just growing in that way. All of these different styles of training we mentioned, if you're progressing your endurance training, you're continuing to train harder in that, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All those things are good. If you're a big deadlifter, if you're a big bench press guy, big squat guy, all that stuff, classic squat, bench, deadlift, maybe you're a classic Olympic lifting guy, that type of stuff. You're progressing it, you're doing really well in it, you're continuing to grow. That's probably a damn good thing.
Yeah.
You're likely in the top 2% of the population doing that as it is.
Yeah.
If you're progressing even any of those methods I mentioned as well. Especially like, by the way, I throw kettlebells in there too, because a lot of people don't understand you can and should go heavy with kettlebells. A lot of times kettlebell gets this weird look as if it's like you only use 35 pounds or less on kettlebells. Right. And I'm like, I never understood that.
I know exactly what
because
you mean.
heavy ass kettlebells are sick.
Yeah.
Too. Like they're so much fun to throw around. Like the first time we ever got to throw around that 176 one at first form, it's like, holy shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's so comparable to the sandbags because it's, especially at that weight, it is such a high amount of weight in a small area. Like even the 200-pound sandbag, like, yes, it's a big bag, especially compared to the other ones. But in reality, it's not. it's really not that big of a thing. And it's 200 pounds just in this, in a cylinder, that it's 170 pounds in a ball
of steel
with a handle on it,
exactly.
And like, I think that's part of the reason that kettlebells are, I won't say like looked down upon, but just get kind of a weird vibe towards them, is because there is a learning curve to kettlebells, especially if you're going to get into the flow movements and whatnot. There is I would say there's a higher skill curve to those. Not that there isn't with machines, dumbbells, barbells, but sandbags and kettlebells, like, it takes work at the lighter weights to figure out how to move them. And then, yes, you absolutely should be progressing them. Otherwise, what are you doing? Yeah. You're just staying stagnant and you're not actually getting better overall.
Yes. And skill acquisition is exactly where I was going to go there too. That's a perfect spot to go there, because you're absolutely right. The actual learning curve of gaining skills in sandbag or kettlebell training is very difficult.
Yeah.
And it's something, again, you can sit down on a chest press machine and just move the weight up.
100%.
As long as your feet are set and your shoulders are like in the right position, you're not freaking shrugging your traps into your ears, you're probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
Squats, some people could argue there's aspects of that. They're more difficult skill acquisition wise, but not even close to what a kettlebell swing to a lateral lunge would be, or something like that. Or a step through kettlebell snatch onto a box or something like that. That type of stuff. Like, those are very difficult to learn. And even like the guys that are the best at it are still continuously struggling to learn that sometimes as well. It's Clifton Harsky is a good example of this in St. Louis. He's a kettlebell guy with that, but he does really heavy weight on swings, on snatches and stuff like that. And most of the kettlebell community, if you see somebody snatch 100 pounds over their head, they think they're like a quack job or something like that.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, go back down to 35 pounds. And it's like, dude, like, no, like, progress it. It's the same thing as any heavy weight at that point in time too. So again, if you're somebody that enjoys a style of training, progress it. Make sure it's something you can continuously do that's more and more and more difficult. And make sure you're getting results from it. Make sure you're staying healthy. Make sure your diet's in check too, and you're going to be good.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. And it takes trial and error to figure out what that is for you. Try out different styles, see what you enjoy, see what gets you results, like you were just saying. And whatever that is, then stick to it, and within that style, you can still make changes, adjustments, progressions. You can do bodybuilding training many different ways. Powerlifting, it's pretty straightforward, but athletic training, you can do it many different ways. Your coach could have you using barbells. This coach could not have you using barbells. And I think those, at least for me, those styles are the most fun because of that. It's like, yes, I can work on training aesthetics to, make my body look good in many different ways. It doesn't just have to be the same, flies to dumbbell bench to chest press machine. Like, I can do it a million different ways. And the same movements you can do a million different ways. You could do cable flies, you could do dumbbell flies, you could do machine flies. Boom, there's 3 ways right there to do the same movement. Are they all going to have their different factors that go into them to do them correctly and get the right movement? Of course. But you can keep it fresh, is my point. You don't have to do the exact same bodybuilding program for 12 months
100%
to look like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I mean, on the athlete note too, like, that's to end that out. Like, that's extremely good point, because like, you can train one athlete with dumbbell press, you can train another with barbell press and whatnot too. Same idea, and with different angles, and maybe you move around their elbow angle to a 45-degree angle compared to more of an A press, that type of style. You move it around to maybe more of a neutral press for some that feels better on their shoulders, that type of stuff.
Single arm press.
Exactly. Yeah. And with jumps, you have so many different options with jumps too. You have single leg variations, you have lateral variations, you have full out broad jumps to max verts, and you have different plyo options that way for upper body too, with different press motions that way. Quick hit type band motions for pull movements that way too. There's so many different ways. You're absolutely right. Like, athlete and aesthetic training are just overall like just super enjoyable, and that's just our opinions, obviously, for sure, compared to other people and whatnot. And that's why naturally our men's workouts gear towards a lot more of the athlete style stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's just so much fun. Like, you can compete, you can lift a bunch of heavy stuff, you can turn it into more of a meat fest. You can turn, there's so many options there to work with. So, anyways.
Absolutely. All right, Mitch, you're up again. So, guys, at the end of all of our non-guest episodes, Money Mitch will ask us a Q&A question that's submitted a few different ways. Number one, you can email them to us. Our email is untappedllp@gmail.com. You can DM them to us on Instagram @untapped.llp. You can also DM them to us, to either one of us. You can text them to us, whatever. And then finally, you can leave your questions in the comments of any of our social media posts. We're active on all the major platforms. Just leave the questions in the comments there. Questions could be about anything, health and fitness, funny, current event, doesn't matter. They all get sent over to Money Mitch here. And then at the end of the episode, he gets back on the mic to ask us that question. Did I miss something?
No.
You two are giggling over here.
No.
My chair is soiled.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Didn't miss anything.
There's no chair he's sitting on anymore. So
I'm just doing a wall hold without a wall behind me.
Let's get on with the question here.
And that's not very nice. Is getting involved with sports enough of a training style? Like just, playing
like rec sports?
Yeah. As an adult, for example. I mean, I'm not saying for a high school kid, right? I'm saying for adults.
Uh-huh.
You're out of college, whatever. You're playing men's hockey once, twice a week, whatever it is. You're playing slow pitch softball. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is that enough of a training plan there?
Just to do that sport, no gym.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the gym maybe once or twice, but I mean, you're not serious about it, right? You're more so focused on that's your activity for the week or your
slow pitch, especially not.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, intensity wise,
good one.
Not
I like
not
that
compared
one.
to hockey.
Interesting.
Why
don't you come out and play?
Again, I'm not saying the difficulty skill acquisition isn't hard.
You are correct, though.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people. The vast majority of people, do not utilize it as a activity, like a strenuous activity.
Having a pitch of beer before you go hit a ball is not exactly strenuous.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Although I'm sure there's some men's hockey guys that drink beer before the games, right?
There are some. There's a couple.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Beer too. I never will understand that because I saw a dude spew in the blue line one time.
Nice.
During rec hockey, and never again will I even look at a beer before a game. There's
I can't.
No way.
That's worse. I can't even imagine doing that before a hockey game, dude.
This guy might have had like 4. Mitchell knows this guy, but this guy might have had like 4, and just right as he was skating up the blue line, just spewed right.
Oh my!
Bro, it's so funny.
I mean, bro, there's a reason. Like I never drink when I play slow pitch. I don't drink when I golf.
Yep.
Just like it just sits in my stomach. I just don't like that feeling, especially slow pitch, because there are times when you're running and sprinting and things like that. Like for some of us, there are. Not everybody.
Outfield, yeah.
I'm not talking about
Mitchell's
everybody by no means. But anyway, very good question.
Yeah,
I like this question a lot. It should be a supplement to your training. It should not be considered your training. If you are an adult and you are, you have the financials, you have the time to spend 1-2 nights a week, at the ball field, on the ice, on the court, pickleball even, things like that, like awesome. Like that's awesome. But it should be an addition to your training. I would say it can't be utilized as the only way that you get physical activity. Because if you have time to go play beer league softball, but you don't have time to go to the gym 1, 2, 3 nights a week, your priorities are off, is what I would say. We would argue that the gym is more important in that specific situation, to get the more constant activity in, and long term, that's going to help you more than the beer league softball. And I get it. Sports are fun. I'm not saying don't play them, not at all. But if you had to pick one or the other, the gym is always going to be the better bet.
Yeah.
Because long term wise, it's going to be more beneficial.
I could probably take, I could take a slightly different path to it to a certain degree, in the way of you need to have some type of your training aspect to it as well. Like if you're at least recommended for anybody, I'd recommend at least 2 days a week, full body in the gym, some sort that you're getting in. Now, if you're somebody who's, wanting to do sports 3 days a week or something like that, and that's your main form of exercise, like if it's a strenuous enough exercise, then I could argue, that's what wants to be your main form of training. You're somebody who's not a huge lifter. Sure. If you're picking something like ultimate frisbee, pickup soccer, lacrosse, like I'm trying to think of other like higher endurance activities.
Obviously hockey.
Hockey would be one, yeah, if you're playing 3 days a week.
I don't know if these exist, but like an adult flag football league or something.
I mean, potentially. I think
I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's very common in St. Louis in general.
Yeah, like I know there's NFL sponsored adult flag football.
Right.
That is not in St. Louis because I have looked that up.
I wish. Yeah, we did. We did actually look that up. That's right. Yeah, I wish, dude, because we could have a team for that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, in general, like if you're somebody who is not a huge lifter, you're, in general, what I would say is if you're to plan your day, let's say you have 2 days a week where you're playing your sport, whether it's hockey, frisbee, soccer, whatever you're talking about there, in that general sense of area, maybe even volleyball, because that can be strenuous. Sure. If you're playing it right.
Sand volleyball is very popular.
100%. Sand volleyball for a good reason too. It's a fun sport.
Very fun.
So I would say, have those 1 to 3 days a week, and then have the 2 full body gym days, and then walk the rest of the days of the week too, as well. That would be, if you're going to have that would have to be the way your program would 100%. Go. Because again, I'm not necessarily opposed to you wanting to build your program around rec sports.
No, not at all.
Not necessarily. It's just you can't just play rec sports 1 to 3 days a week and expect to be fit.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Right.
Because you're going to have to worry about your diet as well. You're going to have to worry about what type of alcohol consumption you're having as well. Which again, we all have beer in here. It's not a big deal, but being smart about it, not crushing 4 every single night you're playing sports or whatnot would be overkill, to say the least. You're not going to achieve your goals doing that way. So you need to have the 2 string sessions of some sort, whether that's you have a nicer home gym setup, whether that's you're going to a facility of some sort. Mm-hmm. And then you need to be getting walks in. That just has to happen too.
Yeah.
Like you have to be moving of some sort every single day would be the goal, and at least getting like a 30-minute family walk-in would be huge in that scenario. Yeah. So fine, if you want to build it around that, because sports, we love sports. We play them at our men's workouts for that reason. Sure. We put them together for a reason, because they're a freaking blast.
Yeah.
And
that's the ideal setup. Is doing both.
Exactly.
And that's what I was trying to allude to there.
Yes, 100%. And because it's like, you really don't want to get to the point where you have to pick between the two.
Oh, of course not.
You really don't want to get to that point. Like, preferably, I would hope somebody, if they have 2 days a week they can spend in rec sports, they have another 2 days they can go and get a 30, 45-minute gym session.
Exactly.
I would say pretty much everybody can make that happen.
Yes.
I'm just objectively.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Anyways.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. That is episode 210. As always, please share the show. It's free. It's easy. It helps us a ton. If you have not gone and listened to episode 209, last week's episode with Ian Hutchinson, go back and listen to that. It's a bit of a long one, so buckle in.
Great listen, though.
Great listen.
Very worth it.
Yes, absolutely. Gentlemen, our announcement for our next event will be out
hopefully soon.
Yes.
In general.
Yes, we do have a few things coming up here.
Shout out any of you listening from the barbecue as well for S2.
That's right.
As well, because this point in time will be out after
Saturday.
Saturday previously, you're listening to this will be out then.
Yeah.
So any of you that are now tuning in because of that event, shout out you guys.
That's right.
Great meeting you guys as well.
100%.
So
yes.
we are recording this before that, so otherwise we'd say, hey, shout out,
good to see you
directly,
guys.
whatever. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
It'd be a little bit less weird than this, but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, absolutely. Guys, until next time, peace and love.
Thank you, Untapped family.